In September 1726, a peculiar tale unfolded in the quiet town of Godalming, Surrey, in England. Mary Toft, a 25-year-old illiterate servant, claimed something unimaginable: the birth of several rabbits. Mary, married to Joshua Toft, had suffered a miscarriage just a month earlier. Yet the mystery deepened on September the 27th, when she went into labour, attended by her neighbour Mary Gill and her mother-in-law Anne Toft. But this wasn't a typical childbirth. Mary gave birth to something resembling a liverless cat, sparking a bizarre series of events. The Toft family sought the help of Guildford obstetrician John Howard. He encountered more animal parts presented by Anne Toft, claiming to have been extracted from Mary during the night. News reached the king, who dispatched Nathaniel St. Andre and Samuel Molyneux to investigate. Mary became a local celebrity, necessitating a move to Guildford for closer monitoring by John Howard. On November the 15th, the investigators witnessed Mary in labour with her 15th rabbit. However, examinations raised doubts about the supernatural nature of these births. St. Andre, still convinced, took rabbit specimens to London to show the king. Meanwhile, German surgeon Syracuse Arles, sceptical, was sent to Guildford for a thorough investigation. Arles found evidence that cast doubt on Mary's claims: dung pellets in a rabbit's rectum containing corn, hay, and straw. He reported to the king, suspecting a hoax involving Mary Toft and John Howard. St. Andre sought Sir Richard Manningham's opinion. Although unconvinced, Manningham kept his doubts private, possibly to save face in light of Arles' conclusions. Mary was brought to Lacey's Bagnio, a bathhouse in London, for closer observation. Dr. James Douglas was called to witness her rabbit births, but he, too, suspected a fraud. Opinions were divided among the medical men. The revelation of a porter attempting to sneak a rabbit into Mary's room late one night added another layer to the mystery. Under pressure, and facing the threat of painful surgery to analyse any potential abnormalities within, Mary Toft admitted on December the 7th, 1726, that she had inserted dead rabbits into herself, orchestrating a hoax. She was charged with being a notorious and vile cheat and sent to Bridewell Prison, where she became an object of curiosity. The timing proved awkward for St. Andre, who had recently published a pamphlet detailing Mary's extraordinary deliveries. The medical profession faced public mockery. St. Andre's reputation suffered, and he retired in poverty. The Toft saga left a lasting impact on the medical profession, challenging the credibility of doctors and their understanding of childbirth. As for Mary Toft, the charges against her were dropped, not due to a lack of evidence of guilt, but likely to avoid further embarrassment to the establishment had the case been pursued. After spending a few months in jail, she faded back into relative obscurity. The motivations behind why Mary and her family went to such extraordinary lengths to convince the nation of her ability to give birth to rabbits may not be too difficult to discern. Throughout Europe, for centuries, individuals with unusual appearances or deformities were often put on display for a fee, captivating the interest of both the poor and the wealthy. Ironically, despite the failure of the hoax, Mary briefly achieved a status as an object of curiosity. In the aftermath of the scandal, the Duke of Richmond, who had a residence near Godalming, occasionally showcased her at dinner parties to pique the interest of his guests. In April 1740, Mary faced charges of receiving stolen goods and was held in the House of Correction in Guildford. However, she was later acquitted by the jury. Mary Toft passed away on January 13th, 1763, and her death was noted in the obituary columns of London papers, alongside those of peers and statesmen. If you enjoy history, art, culture, fashion and more, please consider subscribing to the English Gentleman ASMR.